Hey, what's up, everybody? BDF44 coming at you with another video. All right, so I have a Tyler Herro conversation because I was reading up on something that quoted him saying that he wants to start. He thinks he's ready to start. I have no doubt he is, absolutely no doubt. But if he's gonna play for the Miami Heat, and if their team's gonna be as currently constructed, they're gonna need him to play that six-man role. You know, we all saw what the Heat's problems were. They can't score, and they need to be able to call somebody on their bench at will to put up 25, 30 points in a given night to close games. Now, I would task them, if I'm a Heat fan, to make the changes necessary to ensure that we're not constructed that way. But at the same time, you understand that they really are a defensive-minded squad with a defensive-minded system. So they're always going to need that player, that off-the-bench guy who can come in and light it up and compete for Sixth Man of the Year. So that's just kind of what I see there. I don't like, at the end of the day, Tyler Herro's going to have to find either another spot to play, or the Miami Heat are going to have to change their entire way of doing things in order to fit him being a starter in their their starter lineup. So I think that Tyler, if he's going to stay a Heat, he's just probably going to have to continue to stay in that role. Because he's not good enough defensively to slip into their starting unit, because they really rely upon their defensive talent up and down to do what it is that they do. So I look at him as someone who's not necessarily a defensive liability, but he's not someone who's going to uphold the best defense in the league if that's what their aim is to be. But they do need him to come off the bench so that he could score when those guys aren't able to. Because chances are, if you're putting together a defense like that, then you're probably going to have more focus on that side, for which offense will come sparingly, as they clearly showed us. So he's needed, you know what I mean? And if he continues in that role, he's probably going to make, many all-star teams as a sixth man, like a Manu Ginobili, basically. I totally see his career going that way. And it has nothing to do with whether or not he can start. It's just in order to be a part of that Heat organization, that's the role they need you in. And I would tell him, anywhere he goes, he's going to have to understand that's going to be the case. Not necessarily that he's not going to be able to start, but that they're going to have defensive players to help him on that side of the ball, and that he's going to have to, sit down in certain situations if he doesn't get a lot stronger on that end. And that's what it is. This role he's in allows him wiggle room to be himself and not have to focus on being a defensive player, not have to focus on taking on more defensive tasks, more assignments, have more pressure to stop guys that it's going to be tough for him to stop. So, or be in systems that have to hide him and all kinds of stuff that he doesn't have to worry about as a sixth man for the Heat. So sometimes it's about fit, man. Sometimes it's about just being willing to play the role that you're in. And if you're willing to play that role, you'll be a part of a lot of good days, because you're going to be doing a lot of winning. But if you go looking for the role that you're looking for, if you can't supplement what it is that you don't provide with the Heat, in those situations, you're going to be having some bad days in those roles that you're looking to have, man. And I think about a guy like Mitch Richmond, who was fantastic in his, years with the Sacramento Kings, but they didn't do nothing. Damn near his whole career. His whole career, he was a Hall of Famer, putting up some of the best efficiency numbers and stuff for his time. And he didn't do any winning until he got to the Lakers, and the tail in his career, he got a championship with us. That's the type of career you're looking to have, Tyler Herro, if you leave the Heat and go to the wrong situation. Yeah, you could put up your numbers, you do great, bro, but you're going to have a lot of losses. You've been with a Heat team, you've been in winning situations since you came into the league. I think it's something to be said for that, man. Think of a guy like Manu Ginobili. He could have very easily said, yo, man, I don't like this role, and go play in Orlando and never win again. He could have did that, but he stayed in the role, and he's a Hall of Famer with a bunch of rings. Ain't nobody sitting here saying he couldn't have started. Are you kidding me? He was great defensively. He was great on both ends. He don't have some of the problems that Tyler has, respectively. Like, respectfully, of course Manu's a greater player than Tyler. So if Manu could play that role, Tyler should play that role, man, and get better defensively so you don't have to play that role. That's the key. Get stronger. Learn what you need to learn so that you can maximize your defensive potential, and that will give you more leverage and more ability to be that guy that you want to be in this league. But until that is the case, you're asking for trouble. if you leave the Miami Heat and find yourself in a situation as the starting shooting guard, and you're just hoping that you can kind of lead, and nope. No. You better look around, man. Defense in this league is everything right now. Shooting and defense and length. You know what I'm saying? And while that boy got a lot of talent, he can bounce, he can do all kinds of stuff. I think he should be wise to stay in his lane in terms of you're a scorer, bro, and you can pass, and you can do a lot of stuff. You're wiggly, you can do a lot of stuff helping your team score the ball. Be careful not to ask yourself to take on too much on the defensive side of the ball. That's what I would tell any player that's not known for being a defender. Don't ask for what you can't handle, man. You know what I'm saying? As long as you're in that role, you'll be able to score 30 points, 8 assists, do all kinds of stuff, high efficiency, make all-star teams. But the moment you're asked to be the stopper, you're going to find yourself in some situations where it's like, whoa, hold up. Now this game, we're not winning. Now I'm not happy. Now the pressure's on me. Now they asking me questions. You come to the Lakers. You see what I'm talking about? I welcome you here. I want Tyler Herro here. Come to the Lakers. You're going to wish your butt was back in Miami so fast. If we don't have that same role that you had in Miami, you're going to be wishing to God you was back in Miami, sir. I promise you that. That's coming from somebody who wants you to put on purple and gold. You ain't going to be happy here. Because we ain't going to have that role, and we're going to be asking you to play defense. We're going to have you playing 40 minutes a game. We're going to be comparing you to a guy like Malik Monk, who was always efficient, stuff like that. Of course, I believe you're a better player than Malik, but that ain't the point. He delivered. You see what I'm saying? He made it so that we believed in him after the end of the season. So it's like you got to be able to show up. You know what I'm saying? It ain't. The point of what I'm saying is not about no damn Lakers. It's about the grass not necessarily being greener on the other side from him in Miami elsewhere. That's the point. That's the point. I think he should be happy in that role for a little while longer. I think he's going to make a lot of money in that role. I think he can make another couple, playoff appearances that look really good. I don't know if Miami's going to win the championship or not, but if they retool properly, they should be able to put themselves right back where they were. Tyler Herro's a big part of that. And if it ain't him, it'll be somebody else in that same role getting those same shots. So that's pretty much what I got to say, man. My name is BDF44. Thank y'all for watching. I'm out.